with me is Mr. Musti Lala.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. Are you?
It's the evening. And how are you feeling today?
I'm much strong. Everyone is strong.
It's raining.
It's a beautiful day. It has been raining since last night until now.
It shows that it's a good season for kind of people.
Yes.
You like vegetables, so this is your season.
Yeah. We are going to record a good harvest this year. And Nigerians will, instead of that normal complaint of high cost of food, at least we have normal rain this year.
You say things are expensive?
Somehow expensive. Understand? Unlike last year, there was so much complaint about high cost of food last year. So, but at least this year is going to be.
I think with the rainy season, prices will drop dramatically because crops and harvest and all.
Everything.
Yeah. Okay. So, in evening news, we have independent marketers said no salaries to workers if you don't have PVC. 2023 is by force, by fire. Yes. So, Hypeman said no salary.
No
salary.
No
salary if you don't have PVC. That means
for their workers.
You have to for the worker. That means you have to go and get a PVC. Yes. Then NSCDS deployed 9,747 personnel to Ekiti.
Yes.
That will be tomorrow, isn't it? What is it?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Election is tomorrow.
Yes.
I hope the right candidate will emerge.
But it seems as if, unlike before, is it because of the intrigues within the two major political parties, talking about the running mates? Unlike before, when there is an election in a particular state, you hear it. The media will carry it so much.
But I wonder
this time around, as if apart from us in the media, it seems as if people are not even.
People are really not aware. Yes. People are really not aware. I think they should do more publicity. There will be more publicity. Nigeria recorded 589 billion collected as VAT in the first quarter. Wow.
It's huge. We are trying in terms of non-oil revenue. Since Barry came, he has been talking about non-oil revenue, but we are increasing.
I think it had to do with farming.
Farming, yes. Farming, and a lot. Because this time around, it's not oil revenue anymore, but non-oil revenue. Agriculture. A lot of revenue is coming from agriculture, farming.
Then custom intercepted 20 feet container with Tramadol. Why? Why are they bringing Tramadol?
Are you asking?
I don't know.
You see, the fact is that Nigerians will consume a lot of drugs. Understand? Is it yesterday you and your guests you are talking about mental health?
Yes. I have it. Yes,
a lot of mental issues now. People are going on hard drugs. NDLA has been trying to curtail it, but people go out on the counter to get these things. So, without the demand, there will be no supply. When you see Nigerians going out on the way to import hard drugs into the country, it means there is a thriving demand. There is a thriving market for it.
Deep Blue Project take delivery. Deep Blue Project. NEMASA take delivery of new security assets.
I see that the Blue Project as this is one project whereby if you observe the process to it, at a particular point it became like something at the National Assembly, but at the end of the day, you could see now that Nigeria has exited that piracy index, World Piracy Index. Nigeria out of it in the last 30 years, but this is the first time that Nigeria will exit that index. It shows that the Deep Blue Project is working. It's the right solution for the piracy problem in West Africa, not only Nigeria waterway, but in the entire West Africa, Gulf of Guinea. It shows that it's a solution to the problem. This is Amechi's problem.
Okay, so for our viewers, we want to get their comments. We want to know where you're watching from. Just tell us, let's know where you're watching from. For those of you who are trying to join us, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. please we beg you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Then also, when you're subscribing, please just click on that notification. Click on the notification, click on the notification button, please. So whenever you get an update on a live, anytime we're on live, we'll bring you live news, we'll bring you live update news. Also, we'll do live coverage. Those of you that communicate with us on the social media handle, please follow all our social media handle at official at Aspheric News on Twitter, official at Aspheric News, on Instagram at Aspheric News. Please kindly follow us. And also, we want you to get a comment and let's know where you're watching from. Want to know where you're watching from? We appreciate you. Let me take you back to maritime security, the Deep Blue project. What's the general view of the security architecture started and executed under the former Minister of Transport?
Well, before we appreciate this Deep Blue project, we have to go back to where we were before the introduction of the project itself. We're talking about at a time whereby there was a high incidences of piracy within our maritime corridor, whereby even at the international community, they are afraid to say, okay, to navigate Nigeria waterway, navigate the Gulf of Guinea waterway because of piracy. But now, I think around February or March, Nigerian Navy came, the Chief of Naval Staff came to announce that Nigeria has been exited from the World Index, Piracy Index. Nigeria has been exited from it, and give kudos to the men of the Nigerian Navy serving. The Deep Blue project is an integrated security architecture that involves both police, navy, and like that, being funded under NIMASA. So, Right Honorable Chibike Amechi, it's like someone that has seen tomorrow to say, look, we need a solution, a solution that will, a kind of a holistic solution that will give us a kind of safeguard our waterway. And he went for it. Initially, some Nigerians, these are things that it's a kind of a synergy that involves synergy here and there, but you see the National Assembly that's supposed to give the legislative backup, they were like dragging feet on it. But eventually, where are we today? It shows that, look, as a government, instead of dragging feet on certain issue, don't drag feet on it. Release and do what is needed at a particular time. It will go a long way to solve the problem, and that is exactly what Right Honorable Chibike Amechi did. And today, Nigeria has exited that World Index on piracy. Our waterway, although not completely, we can't completely safeguard because we have bad people every day. They keep on coming out. Remember this morning I told you about police. When you have a right policing duty, right policing force, you will discover that criminals will be afraid of committing crime. And that is exactly what is happening at the maritime sector now. Maritime security now, with Deep Blue project, piracy has completely reduced to the barest minimum along the Gulf of Guinea. Give kudos to who initiated that project, and that is Right Honorable Chibike.
But my question is, why is it difficult for you to actualize a dream, especially when you have a dream for the country? So it's actually very difficult for you to actualize it. Is it because of the interest? Because I had the minister, when he was Minister of Transport, every time he said that I initiated this project.
Yes.
Even though I was investigated.
Yes.
I was investigated by EFCC. There was a panel set up by the Vice President, which chaired by the Vice President to investigate me. There's a different panel plus panel, all of that. Investigate me to ensure that this thing don't hold. But I want to thank Mr. President that didn't fit to support me to ensure this project stands. But the question is that the people that were setting up this panel, are they not aware that it's for Nigeria, and not for you and I, not for them?
Dr. Israel, let me ask you this. Let's not go too far. We are talking about the railway attack, the unfortunate incident that happened at the railway. As a minister supervising railway project, the minister said, look, they made a proposal for security architecture to protect the railway asset and the passengers. But along the line, within the budgetary process, it was killed until eventually this thing happened. So what are we talking about? Are we saying this fund is like, it's not like the minister is asking for the fund for his own personal use. It's something that they know quite okay that, look, if this asset is protected, it's for the benefit of Nigerians. But you discover that along the process, certain interests make sure that they killed it, but who suffered it?
I'm very sure that former Minister of Transportation will be greatly missed at the Federal Executive Council meeting. Because basically, I'm not hearing any other project like I should hear.
And that is why
that was the blue. That was the transport was would I say it actually
it's like a signature of the eye of the administration
and image, like
yes,
everything was every day different projects coming up and initiating different projects.
Do you know, I was like, I had a conversation with somebody, and the guy was telling me that, look, that they are now afraid to say, look, if Amechi do not come back, it means the major points that President Muhammadu Buhari has to showcase to Nigerians at the end of 2023, at least at the end of his administration in 2023, which is the railway project. We are talking about a brand new Lagos-Ibadan railway project. Brand new. Remember it. It's a brand new project whereby it was a forest track being laid from Lagos to Ibadan. And today, Nigerians are enjoying a first-class railway service from Lagos to Ibadan. People could live in Ibadan, work in Lagos, and still go back home without any fear of the usual road traffic incident in Lagos. So that is just one. Then we are talking about Itakpe to Warri. Then we are talking about the other one which is ongoing, which is from Kano to Kaduna, which is ongoing. Remember, if that project is completed, it will mean that you could take a train from Abuja direct to Kano. These are just few of the railway projects that are just. Then we talk about the other one, which is Lekki Deep Sea project, which is expected to be completed by September. These are projects that came into life under the administration of Chibike Rotimi Amechi as a Minister of Transportation. So if we are talking about President Muhammadu Buhari's achievement in infrastructures, there's no way that you count right Honorable Chibike Amechi's name as number one.
No, I think his name is the history book of Nigeria. So that absolutely, his name is the history
if
book
you ask me, if you ask Nigerians to say, look, Mr. President, what plan do you have for right Honorable Chibike Amechi? They will say, bring him back to complete his tenure, because what you have as achievement to show to Nigerians is being wiped by this man. He should come back and complete it.
As a minister?
As a minister. You understand? As a minister. You see, it's a sacrifice that Amechi himself owed Nigeria that sacrifice. Come back and give us your service. Complete this project. At least if other ones cannot be completed under the administration, at least we have the Lekki Deep project, which is there. Then we have the Lagos.
I think as of the time we were leaving, Lekki Deep project was about 87 to 90% completion.
So I think they say that by September it will be officially
function. Yes.
You understand? So, and this is a project whereby it will yield Nigeria foreign revenue.
It will boost
you understand?
our GDP.
It will boost our GDP. You understand? So he should come back and complete his project. See, I mean, I don't know how some Nigerians think about it to say, okay, until he become president. No. He has dedicated himself to serve the nation.
Yes.
To serve the nation.
Yes.
He should come back and complete it. It's an asset that no administration will wish to say that you just like that. It's a big asset for the nation. Big asset.
It's a tough one.
No. You see, it's just that the way people think is beyond the way I think, is beyond the way you think. If Nigerians will have their way, they will just approach this man and say, look, since you cannot be our president, come back and complete what you have started.
That we need our project back in the Ministry of Transport.
Sure.
Okay, let's talk about voters card. Suddenly, um, over the years,
Yeah.
Nigeria have population of
200 million.
200 million,
Above.
200 million,
Yes.
and by maybe if I'm not sure,
Yeah.
during
Elections.
the elections, general elections, we usually have, let's say, 30 million.
Yes.
Nigerians. Why? I think we have about
It means that we're having voters about.
we have about 170 million Nigerians that are not interested in governance.
Okay, let's see.
So are they religious or?
Let's just minus maybe underage to say okay, we'll minus 100 million underage.
Well, that cannot be 100 million.
And so no, let's just I just say so.
No, how does that be 100 million in Nigeria?
Okay, let me just say so that because it means say that Nigerians between the age of 18 to
are you telling me between the age of 1 to 18 is 100 million?
The age of 18 to 45 that constitutes about 60% or 65% of Nigerians. Let's just say like we have 100 million that are under 18. You understand? But what happened to over 18? You understand? That are eligible to vote. Then we're having 30%. We're having only 30 million of Nigerians voting. It shows that something is wrong somewhere. So this is what they are trying to correct this time around. To say, okay, you must go and obtain your PVC. If you are of voting age, you must have your PVC. And I like what religious bodies, churches, mosques are doing now. They are compelling their members to say, look, the adherents to say, look, get your PVC. Without your PVC,
including private organizations, insisting that if you don't have PVC, no salary.
No salary.
Don't you have PVC?
I have PVC. I have PVC. I have.
Okay, okay, that's good. So
then again, yesterday as a House of Rep, they are saying that look, INEC should extend the date instead of June 30th. They should extend the date.
Because it's too short. Because the number of persons. Remember what happened in Lagos last 2 weeks?
Yes.
That they have to close the Alaba market or what market?
Alaba
market. Close Alaba market for those to obtain voters registration PVC.
Yes.
But also don't forget that not all of them that were out there that was able to get.
See, that is the aspect of INEC. They should create more centers. It's a must that they must create more centers. Remember the case of NIN, National Identification. We have our own, Nigerians have their own laxity on their own part, you understand? But let INEC create more centers so that we know that there are more centers everywhere whereby Nigerians can walk into and obtain this PVC. The incident at Lagos, you have some element of politics trying to be somehow manipulate the tribal aspect of it, like the case of Ojo that happened in Ojo. Ojo is mostly dominated by people from the east, you understand? And they are complaining that, look, the people go there and they are denying them that, which is not supposed to be so. It's only INEC that is in charge of PVC. Why is it so? You understand? That is a very serious allegation. Against INEC. They should come out clean over it. It should be everybody. Once you are in Nigeria residing anywhere, you should walk into that place and obtain your PVC. Like I told you about NIN, you have your friend Monday Obani, Barrister Monday Obani, son. He went to court and got the judgment extending NIN. Otherwise, even when the federal government decided to shift it so many times, Nigerians were still dragging feet to go and obtain their NIN. Until recently, when the telecom decided to block those lines. And then if you go to any of these telecom now, you see them long queue of Nigerians. It shows that Nigerians are not willing unless they are being compelled to do the right thing. And that is exactly what some of these private organizations are doing. Like Ipman said, okay, if you don't have PVC, no salary for you. Show your PVC, even you are entitled to your salary, but PVC is a must. It's a requisite now that you must show your PVC before you obtain you get your salary. It's good like that.
Okay, before we proceed, for those of you who are watching us, please, we want to know where you're watching us from. Just click on our notification button. Also, kindly subscribe. Tell someone to tell someone. Please try as much as you can to click on our subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Follow us on all our social media handle, official at Spheric News. That is on Facebook, at Spheric News on Twitter, at Spheric News on Instagram. Please do follow us. Also share our content. Or we would like to hear your comment, get your comment, and also know where you're watching from. For those of you that have not done your voters registration, sorry, excuse me. For those of you that have not done your voters registration, please kindly do so. because it's becoming necessary. According to the INEC rule, in case you've already obtained your PVC before, you have a PVC before, please, what you need to do, you don't need to do a fresh registration. And I repeat, no need to do no fresh registration for you. What you need to do is validation. You have to update and upgrade your PVC, and if you have a PVC and maybe the surface is not visible enough, you just have to go back and do an update for them to give you a new one. Please do not do fresh registration, because we discovered that most people, according to INEC said most people are doing fresh. Those that have PVC already doing another fresh registration. At that point, you will not have the access to your PVC. They will disqualify you. You won't have access to it. Please, let's take note of this. And let's talk about equitation tomorrow. What's your opinion?
We have said it before that look, that it seems as if there's no wide coverage towards that. I don't know. Is it because of the happening between APC, PDP, the politics of?
I think the system is too busy. So
too busy. They are talking about something of running mates. But it's not good. The only time I think I saw on the Twitter whereby the candidate of the APC, the presidential candidate of the APC, he was there. Visibly, he was there to campaign for his party.
That is Ashewaju.
He was there to campaign. PDP, I don't know whether Atiku has gone there to campaign. You know, it matters. Once your presidential candidate identifies with you, it's just like a big masquerade coming to lift your hand up is good. You understand? Then the Labour Party, I think it's within that period that Peter Obi was in Egypt, so he was not there. It's not too good for the Labour Party. Labour Party should take every election seriously, because you need structure. You need agents in virtually all the polling stations.
But they say they're taking over government.
it's like a dream. You understand? It's you can't. I don't know whether you know.
I say a dream or a vision. I don't know.
To me, it's a dream, a tall dream. Understand? Because they need to create structure. All the 36 states of the federation, they need to be visibly visible on the ground. You understand? Virtually all the polling units, they need to have their agents. Without their agent, it means they are going nowhere. You know the role that governors play.
But Nigerian police will withdraw security orderlies from all the VIPs. But my question is that why is it that it's only 2 days to election? This is the election that you have to withdraw orderly from someone. Why didn't you do that like 2 months or 4 months or 5 months ago? No, because automatically you will feel secured, and the next security you have is your voice.
Yes.
That's why you have touts, you have boys everywhere at the polling unit.
We have serious problem. We have serious, whether we like it or not, we must acknowledge that we have serious problem. Do these people even need their own private security, policemen, DSS attached to them every now and then? It means there's problem. There's problem of insecurity if they cannot move around freely. I mean, it's understandable that governor must have security details. It's understandable that ministers must have security details. But when you are talking about 109 senators,
how about state commissioners in the state?
Then you have state commissioners having. It means the policemen that are supposed to serve Nigerians are being used for private use by these VIPs. So, and 2 days to election, you say they are withdrawing them. It means probably they know what they are doing. Withdraw them so that they will not use the policemen to go where they are not supposed to go. And that is exactly what they are doing.
No, as an aspirant, what are you supposed to do 2 days before the election? They have not done already. With the security.
A lot. Okay. You in a democracy, and a minute is enough to overturn a process, and that is exactly what they are doing. Okay, I think you were there during the APC primary convention. You were there. You saw that there was an outcry from the Anambra APC delegate that look, the original delegate names of the original delegate are being substituted. So you understand, this, I'm telling you, these are things that politicians can do. Even at the dying minute, they can do anything if you give them that distance. So withdrawing the security detail from an aspirant or the VIPs is in order. But it's just that it's not too okay. If we're having problem of police inadequate police, and we have over 30% of the policemen being used by the VIPs. You understand? Taxpayers' money are being used to fund these policemen, and they are being used for private use by VIPs. It's not okay. You understand? Today now you can, even in Abuja here, though people living in the city center, they are more somehow secured. If you go to a place like Kuje, incidences of banditry here and there, and then you have over 20% of policemen safeguarding VIPs instead of being in those remote areas to protect Nigerians. That is not how it's supposed to be done.
Okay, so 589 billion collected as VAT in the first quarter. Wow, Nigeria is making progress.
It's commendable.
What have you about? What do you think about it?
Well, it shows that, since if you observe very well, since let me say 2015, there is this outcry over dwindling oil revenue, and President Mahmoud Buhari has been talking about it. That look, Nigerians should look within, diversify to non-oil. A situation whereby Nigeria with a population of over 200 million, and then we are relying on oil. It's like, quite okay that a day will come that you will stay hungry, Dr. Israel, you will become hungry, and they are not planning for that day. This oil, whether we like it or not, a day. Have you observed recently that, look, even we are talking about electric cars, almost everything now they are trying to, the advanced countries are trying to move away from oil. Anything that will do with too much of oil, they are moving away. And then we that were producing oil, we are operating a monolithic economy whereby our revenue base is coming from oil. It's not good, and that's why issues like this, something like this of non-oil revenue contributing to our GDP is in order.
Okay, United Nations Children Fund, in collaboration with Katsina State Universal Basic Education Board, says that low number of female pupils in Kaduna worries stakeholder.
It's a serious problem. I think we should call a spade a spade. You understand?
So why are they allowing females to have the sense of belonging in education?
We should call a spade a spade. Northern, it's not only Katsina. When you hear about Katsina, it's just one of the states. The entire northwest, northeast, they're having this problem of girl child education. You understand? According to UNICEF, out of 50% of the female child that cross over from primary education to secondary education, out of that, only 10% cross to tertiary education. The remaining one will drop and end up as a child bride. You understand? It's a serious problem. Issues they continue to use religion and custom as a tradition, as a pretext. But if you look at it very well, those states, take for instance like Katsina. Katsina is a United Arab Emirates, not an Islamic country. But you have their females doing engineering. They are there as lawyers. They are there as accountants. They are there as this. But over here, to continue to use religion to twist and manipulate the society. That is the problem. You understand? These are young girls that are supposed to go to education. Virtually is like free. I think Katsina State government need to have a legislation whereby to make education up to secondary school mandatory for both male and female. Once they do that, I believe parents will take it seriously. Otherwise, it will remain like this. Because if you look at the founding father of North, Ahmadu Bello, he started this revolution in education. He didn't make distinction between male and female. He made sure that he encouraged it for both male and female. But today now, both the present leaders of the North, the present leaders of Northwest, it seems as if they are not giving that. They're not investing much in that regard. And today you have dropout among the female, less enrollment among females.
Custom intercepted 20 feet container of tramadol. What's going on?
See, it was yesterday. I have to watch that program that you held with your guest regarding mental health and
yeah, and depression,
and
yes,
depression.
because she had experience, yes.
So I watch it over and over again, and I think you have to recommend it to your viewers to watch it again. Understand? When you have a situation whereby Nigerians would indulge in taking hard drugs, tramadol. The last time I saw a documentary whereby I think in Maduguri, some Nigerians are taking 600 milligrams of tramadol. When you have a case like in Ghana and elsewhere, what they are taking is less than 100 mg. But you will see in Nigerians here they are taking hard. One thing is very clear. I know you are concerned about, say, Nigerians importers import this thing. No. Before you talk about importers going into this, it means we are having thriving demand, the market, which is a high here. Because without the demand, there will be no supply. That is the case here. And there's nothing that NDLA could do unless, in terms of the enforcement, there's nothing that NDLA could do unless it must start from the war against drug, it must start from families down to the religious bodies.
But my question is, the people that are importing these drugs,
yeah,
are they not aware about the law and the ban? No,
it's due to the money. There's huge money.
No. This should be clear. Like, are they not aware about the law?
You are going too far. What about this is a one-way traffic, and you see somebody beating the traffic? Is that person not aware of the law that don't abuse the traffic? You understand? And when this one we are talking about money, there's huge money in drug. You understand? We have seen back then in Port Harcourt, somebody told me that look, around the Rumola axis, some people now that were into some other businesses before, they have to manage that business and diversify into something else. It means there's money in the other aspect. So there is money in drugs. Since there's money in drugs, people are moving into drugs. A situation whereby it will take you like a year or two to make 100 million. You go into this, import them only once. You are making thrice of what you are making in electrical appliances. So it shows that, see, there's no two ways about it. Families must do more to fight this drug menace. Religious bodies, they must come into it, because without the demand, there will be no supply. That is the fact about drug.
For our viewers that are watching, we want to hear your comments. Please just send us your comments. Also, let's know where you're watching from. Also, let's also repeat to you to help us click on the notification button, subscribe to our channels on YouTube at Aspheric TV, on Instagram, on Instagram at Aspheric News, on Twitter at Aspheric News, on Facebook official Aspheric News. Please kindly subscribe to our channel, follow us on all our social media notifications, and also click on the notification button. Please do click on notification button to get a quick update anytime we are live or we send a content. We'll bring you there today and back-to-back updates regarding to the campaign and happening around the globe, especially in Nigeria, and especially the political activities in Nigeria. We'll bring you back-to-back updates on our platform. We'll give you real information. Please take note of that. We'll give you real information. I will update you and all the time. So let me just ask you, just to wrap up this conversation. You mentioned something that the former Minister of Transport owes Nigeria to return back, to finish his work.
Yes.
Why did you make such comment?
See, it's based on conversation I had with people, understand? And apart from that again, apart from the conversation that I had with people, I have the first-hand experience.
Information from Nigerians. Is there a general view or just your own perspective or your own view?
No, from Nigerians.
Or what you have from Nigerians?
From Nigerians.
That they need him to come back as Minister of Transport.
A project. You know, see, Nigerians are used to this. In Nigeria, we are used to abandoned projects. So you understand? And that is the fear with Nigerians. They are now afraid that, look.
And the problem is that nobody knows who will win 2023 presidential election.
So they just want to utilize
And
this man.
if you don't have courage like President Muhammad Buhari, he may not be able to achieve some certain kind of project in this country.
Okay, for instance, now you say, okay, Lagos Ibadan. It was started by the administration and completed.
And I think that's actually the first project being completed as an administration in the 5-6 years.
Yes, so you have that kind of a situation whereby then you have other ones that are ongoing, initiated by the project by the former minister. You understand? And they are still ongoing. And he put so much energy to make sure that they go to some extent to make sure that this project, instead of starting and stop within the design phase, take for instance like Kanu Kaduna project, whereby it has gone beyond the design and tracks are being laid now, as we are talking about now. So we don't know. Nigerians are not too comfortable to say, okay, look, this man is not there. He's always on the site to make sure that he inspects, to make sure that this project goes on as it's supposed to be. You understand? So Nigerians are not too comfortable to say, okay, he's not there, and they believe that once he's not there, this thing may suffer some setback. And that is why they are looking at it that, look, he owes Nigeria that service to come back. I don't know if Mr. President called him, he shouldn't drag his feet back to say, no, I'm not going back. He should go back for the sake of
Nigeria. But don't you think we feel like he's tired? He worked tirelessly. Only thing that you feel like you have done so much for Nigeria, and look at the atmosphere.
There is something, it's a patriotic Nigeria. You understand? I heard one analyst analyzing that, look, Rotimi Chibika-Amechi is a different kind of politician. Unlike, every politician, especially in Nigeria, in Nigerian context, they must have something that they may use to blackmail, to get support. But they said, Right Honorable Chibika-Amechi is a different brand of politician. He's a pan-Nigerian politician, whereby he loves Nigeria. He doesn't have to say, okay, he's from oil-producing state, he's from oil-producing zone, but he never for once identified with that to say, okay, if you don't give me this thing, I will do this. Unlike some other politicians. Remember, okay, let's not, it's something that went viral. Remember that when APC national chairman mentioned somebody like Lawan name as a consensus candidate, I think either before then or after then, Asiwaju now went to Abeokuta, he made some remark. And that remark, if you observe very well, you follow the trend in Nigeria, there was so much tension. He said that it's Yoruba's turn to be president in 2023, and not just Yoruba, but me, you understand? And let me tell you this, in the north, they were afraid of returning back to those old days of Nadeko. You understand? That, to me, is more or less like a blackmail. You understand? But if you look at somebody like Amechi never believed in something like that. He just believed that if you listen to his speech at the Eagle Square, he said that he wants to become president is based on his track record, antecedent, his past, his achievement, right from Rivers. You understand? Maybe some Nigerians, they didn't experience this man as a governor of Rivers State. Some of us, we experience him. He invested massively in the human capital development, whereby he built schools, transformed the old primary schools in Rivers, the entire Rivers State. He transformed them to modern primary schools. Then you talk about secondary education. You talk almost about, almost modern secondary schools. Then you have to talk about health sector. He achieved so much. You understand? Then moving away from there, now he came to the ministerial executive capacity as member of the executive cabinet of President Muhammad Buhari. The administration has been talking about infrastructural development, whereby they keep on accusing the past regimes of not investing enough. But the only few things that the administration has to show, let me not say a few things because it's not easy to come by, is being done under the administration of, under the watch of Right Honorable Chibika-Amechi. So these are things.
Our time, we don't have so much time. Thank you so much for Alhaji. Thank you so much. For those of us watching us, as Ella said, do not forget to subscribe to our channel at Aspect TV. That is on YouTube channel. Please subscribe and click on the notification button, please. and also share the content to someone, to someone, to someone, to someone. Yeah, and also follow us on our social media handles at official at News. That is on Facebook, Twitter at News, Instagram at News. Please do follow us on our official. Please, we will also want to know where you're watching us from. We want you to on your comment section, drop your comment section to let us know where you're watching from. Let us also hear your view about all the issues that we've been discussing. Also let us know what interests you so much. On the next by next week we'll be putting up our email address for you to send us details and content. What the thing that we need to do, what the thing that we need to send out, what the thing that we need to let people know, area you want us to concentrate, and we just send out for you to give you what to serve you better. Please do not forget to subscribe, as I said, and also click on the notification button. For those of you that have not been able to get your PVC, please look for a polling unit around you.
It's a must.
It's a must that you must get your PVC. Your vote will count. Your vote will count this time. So it's a must that you get your PVC. The churches are also announcing it. The mosques out to thank everyone, announcing for everyone to get the PVC. It is a hard time for Nigerians to vote. And also, if you already have your PVC, and maybe the face of the ID card is not visible, you can't really read out, it's not readable anymore. Please, you don't need to do a new registration. Take note. You don't need to do any registration. All you have to do is to go to Clean Unit Center and ask them for updates. You have to update. You have to bring down your file and update your PVC. If you already have, you don't need to do, because if you do a new PVC registration, they will cancel votes. Please take note of that. Take note of that. And also, because according to INEC, they say the system has a program. So if there's anything that has to do with you raising like 2-3 times with the same name, it will show and it will be cancelled immediately, to be rejected. So please take note of that. For those of you who are long ones, always call them for them to go and register. It is time for us to vote. The time their vote to count. Their PVC, don't forget, their PVC is their power, and your power is your PVC. Thank you and bye. Good night. Have a great day.